drinking tea. I've switched the flavor because I realized I was drinking caffeinated tea. Just look at what's on the counter here. We have a water cup. We have a jar of Stubbs Legendary Barbecue Sauce that's open. A hammer. One nail. Why are these things on the counter? Alas, because I did not move them. So I was real proud of myself for my sticking to the old time change. Well, that lasted exactly 2 nights. Monday night, I went to bed at 9:30. It was so rusted. Last night, I went to bed at midnight, and tonight it is 10 o'clock, which is 11 o'clock the old time. And I have fully adjusted to the new time change, and I didn't want to. Why did I? It's so annoying. I want to be tired and be asleep right now so I can sleep extra in the morning. What are we nailing? Well, I did put up a picture today and moved the world's heaviest rug. My new rug. Well, not new, but new to me. Can you see it in there? Tomorrow morning, my subscribers and YouTube members will get to see it. And in here, I moved a rug right there. See this rug? That's not a new rug to me. But I did steal it from one of my children's rooms and put it right there. What does your shirt say? It says, sorry about that. So I bought this shirt because Amos always says, sorry about that. Are you drinking warm milk? Ew. No, I'm drinking tea with milk in it. But it's not that good. So I've been thinking about college and people applying to college. I'm missing all the coffee chats. I don't understand why I'm a subscriber. So Lois, you are a subscriber on YouTube, which is wonderful. And I'm thrilled and just so glad you are. But subscribers don't get coffee chats. Facebook subscribers pay and YouTube members pay. Both those groups get coffee chats. A lot of animals wandering through here. It's like a parade. That rug doesn't go. Oh, Jan. Look how I've had followers so long that I recognize them. Jan, rugs aren't like shoes. They don't have to match each other's feet. So that's why. So college. So tonight, Russell and I were sitting in here eating dinner, and we were talking about college. And I said, I really just feel like you should apply somewhere smaller. And he was like, well, how many? So we were looking at the numbers, like NC State's maybe 28,000, Clemson's 23,000, Chapel Hill's 20,000, Vanderbilt's 8,000, Wake Forest is 5,000, High Point University is something. Wilmington's 13,000. And it's like, how do kids, let's just be honest, how do kids know what they want? If you want big or small, like big or small, it's all relative, right? To where you are. Like a high school of 500, a high school of 2,000, a high school of 150, you know? What about Campbell and Bowie's Creek? I would say Bowie's Creek is not going to be at Russell's Alley. I don't think he's a Bowie's Creek type. My husband did a year of law school in Bowie's Creek, so I'm very familiar with Bowie's Creek. Come to Alabama. Well, I am all for my children going where they want to be. I will be totally honest and say, I was talking to our priest today, our rector, And she also has a child applying to college. And we were both like, gosh, we like our children close to home. I'm not saying that they have to go close to home, but I love having my oldest 2 hours away. It is so nice. He called tonight. What did he call tonight to report? That he's found who's missing? He has found a house for next year. And he requested my tax documents about a month ago. So I guess my tax documents passed the test. So now that I can rent a house in Raleigh. And I was like, it's a 4-bedroom house. He was like, yeah, but we have 6. It has like 2. Oh, your hair is a great color. That's nice. I have a haircut next week. It has 2 bonus rooms. But it's right off of Hillsborough Street behind Amedio's. I like totally forgot Amedio's existed. So anyway, I have one in college and one that's clearly rented a house for next year. And the next one's applying for college. And anyway, today he was like, well, I'll apply there, Sewanee. You know, I told Russell tonight, I said, you know, I'm sorry we didn't go and look at colleges last year. And to be totally honest, we didn't take the older one to look at colleges really either. I don't know why. Life is just busy for everybody. But I know with Russell, my mother-in-law died in January. My father-in-law moved right in with us. Then he died. And, oh, thanks, Kathy. Kathy's putting up this link. I'm trying to, oh, look, I resumed. I can't pin that link. When I click on that link, it takes me away. You look so young with braces. Oh, that's so good. They're going to get off soon. You're just a little cockeyed still. See? Sonny is calling me. I'm back. So anyway, we didn't go look at schools. And now I'm like, shit. It feels kind of late. But my theory with the oldest one, and I would say this was probably not a good idea, but now we've done it now with 2 children. We're not doing it with the 3rd. My theory was, you know, think about some places you might want to go, which I guess I should have figured that maybe they would have no idea. And then wherever you get in, then you can go look. So my oldest son only applied to 3 colleges. That's not a good idea because he got rejected at one, deferred at one, and he got into another one. But that wasn't enough. That was not good. Russell has applied to Duke State, Carolina, Clemson, South Carolina, Tennessee, Wilmington, anywhere else. And he's going to apply maybe to Vanderbilt and High Point, and maybe we'll throw Sewanee on there. No, I don't. He didn't want to apply to ECU. I don't know why, and I haven't taken him to see it either. If it isn't too late, go visit now. When you find out which ones you get into, you can already rule some out. I think we're done. I think, when is your colonoscopy? Do we have to talk about that? It's a week from Monday. He does not like UVA. Well, one, UVA is really hard to get into, so that probably wouldn't happen. Yeah, I mean, we're realists around here. When we say Vanderbilt, Duke, we know that those are like, falling lottery tickets. You could go now and take Blair too. Ugh, why did he apply to Clemson? Because he said, well, he's watched a lot of these things on the YouTube, and the YouTube helps you know what colleges look like. And they do all these TikToks, they watch TikToks. He likes Clemson because he says, one, people that go to Clemson, he knows a few alumni, they love Clemson, and that makes him feel good about the school. And then he also likes that it's kind of its own little capsule, and you walk by the stadium like on the way to class. And he likes a school that has football. So other than Wilmington, everybody has football. But he likes Wilmington. He likes the city of Wilmington a lot, and he likes the size of that school. He's been on campus 3 different times for tennis camp. And so that was kind of a good way to just have a little trial run. And today I said to him, so if you got into NC State and Wilmington, would you know where you'd want to go? And he was like, no, I'd want to go visit Wilmington again, like as a student. So I thought that was good to know. And my good friend Cynthia gave really good advice. Somebody said they have a sophomore. And the advice is this. I need to do like a full-on video about advice. The advice is this. Do not get your heart set on one school, and don't encourage your children to get their heart set on one school. And we did this with my oldest son, and that was not a good idea. What she said is, find something you like about each school. Like you really like this about each school. And that way, when you get rejected someplace or you get in someplace, you could see yourself at each place. You're being nosy. Will he have any scholarships, or will you be paying? We did not get any scholarships with the oldest one. I mean, we will apply, but no, I would assume we'll be paying. I can't worry about that yet. I'm just on trying to get in part. So I thought that was really good advice. What does he want to study? So for NC State and Clemson, he had to apply to specific majors. To the other schools, he did not. I think Carolina asked what you wanted to study. He said chemistry. He likes chemistry, or he did up until this year. I think it's a little bit different. He's taking community college chemistry, and it's all virtual. So he's like doing laps in his bathroom. So he is not enjoying it as much as he did high school chemistry. State, he applied to polymer chemistry, and he did like a bioengineering with a specialty in chemistry camp there. And I think he would enjoy, he did an internship in a hospital, like to see, does he want to go into medicine? He was like, I don't think so. I think I would like to go into like creating medical equipment, I might not be right about this. He's more in the behind the scenes part. Yes, if you're watching this and like it, give it a double click. Should have applied to Wofford. I know so he has a friend who is at Wofford this year. I wonder if it's too late to apply there. It might not be too late. That's not a bad idea, actually. Biomedical engineering. He did the biomedical engineering camp, but he didn't love it. There were certain things he liked about it, but it made him feel like polymer chemistry might be a better fit. I don't know. I majored in child development because my dad told me to. You are not talking to someone who was like thinking out their life plans. And I don't even think they should know. Your daughter was pre-law, now she's in med school. Well, there you have it. Furman, I had 2 really good friends go to Furman. But yes, I think Well, I've heard that's not a bad idea. I need to write that down. And it would be great to go and get in the car and do a big drive around and see places. But I just don't think it's going to happen until, I just don't see when we do it, to be quite honest. But I think once my son Thomas last year got into the honors college at South Carolina, we went for a weekend, or went for an overnight. And that was nice. My parents actually went with us. My parents, myself and Thomas and I, or a year ago, I guess. 2 years ago. And I thought he would pick South Carolina, but he didn't. He picked NC State. And I think it's because he really wanted to be closer to home. You know, he'd been off at boarding school, and he was just ready to be back in North Carolina. So I don't know about Russell. I think Russell would love to be in North Carolina. Now, I don't know about forever, but I think he would love to be in school in North Carolina. It's hard. The other thing that's tricky is the frickin' standardized tests. And the standardized tests are tricky because you don't know if they're going to remain optional. So you kind of have to keep them on your radar. But then you have to figure out, do you submit or not submit? I mean, that's exhausting. This little T going to Japan. Didn't I tell somebody he was going to Japan? I feel like that was a convenient lie I said about something. Now I can't even remember. Look, I'm closing the cabinets. Just would like credit for that. Will they do law? Oh, you told the wisdom tooth doctor that. See, my people keep up with me. He's getting his wisdom teeth out December 12th with Dr. Zaritsky, I think is his name, in Kill Devil Hills. The other doctor wanted us to come in and you're gonna pay and blah, blah. And this doctor was like, yeah, just come on in. We'll be good to go. Your leggings are baggy. They don't feel baggy. I'm not really into leggings. I was cold though, so I put these on earlier and I got them at TJ Maxx this summer. And do I like leggings? Somehow it bugs me whenever I'm out in public and people are walking around in leggings and I can see their fannies. Like, to me, you should have a shirt on. Like, this shirt is not long enough, but I'm in the house. But like, when here's how you see people in public. They're like walking around like this. I think that is so tacky. Like, I've always felt like you should have your bottom covered up by something. Right? Yeah, long shirts. That's exactly right. Maybe we're old. Shirts should cover the fanny and the leggings, and they're not anymore. People are just out in the leggings, and their fannies are just on display. Look at this coat that I got at TJ Maxx. TJ Maxx is an enigma. Good thing I don't have one near me. Because if you see something in there one day, you won't see it the next day. This who makes this coat? Oh, Billabong. So I got two coats. I got a white, like fleecy one, and this one. And Amos is now wearing the white fleece one to school because he's grown so much. And I got this one. And you can either snap it. Where are the snaps? Oh, look. The snaps are hidden in the fur. And you can zip it. Isn't it so good? It was like $100 and it was $25. just think this is great. You wear leggings all the time, but you cover up your fanny. Yeah, I just think that's important. Yeah, unless you're like a teenager, but even then, it feels like it's just too much, too revealing, right? What's my other college advice? Well, so if you're in North Carolina, you get to apply early action, which is not binding, and then you find out in December. So between, I think about December 20th or something, he'll know from maybe Carolina, Clemson. What's the temperature here? Well, it's real windy tonight, and it's December 20th, which is a freaking Saturday. And it's my son's 20th birthday, his golden birthday. And he is flying, my oldest son, he's flying to Dallas that day, and my daughter is flying home that day. Yeah, the 20th. So we're gonna go to the airport to pick her up and take him to the airport. And there you have it. Why am I talking about that? I can't even remember now. Oh, the 20th. And then, yes, Russell will find out that day. Forecast for snow in Erie, Pennsylvania. My dad grew up on Lake Erie. Granted, it's in Ohio, but still, Erie. So it'll be nice to know. And now that the applications or the main batch is done, he can do the second batch when he feels like it. But it's been kind of nice to just sort of chit chat casually, and not, it's such a fine line of wanting them to be hopeful and shoot for the stars, but then also being realistic. Like, I'm not the type to be like, well, I bet you'll get in. Because, I mean, I said today, you're applying to a couple schools, and I mean, it's about like throwing a quarter in the air. Yes, he did apply to Tennessee, but he has never been to Tennessee. My cousin's son is at Tennessee, and he's talked to him at length. Snow in Alabama? What? It's gonna be 27? That means it's gonna be freaking freezing here. Let's check the weather. I've got my other handy dandy phone here. Let's check the weather. I can't believe my daughter hasn't called. Suspicious. Weather. Daily. Oof. The high on Monday is 50. And there's thunderstorms on Sunday. Monday, 50. The high is 50. Holy cow, I'm gonna have to turn the freaking heat on. Somebody has put the heat on in this house, and they're not allowed to touch the heat. I am the only one that is allowed to touch the heat. Cutting back on airline tickets would be helpful. You mean in my family? Oh, it's going to be 49 on Tuesday. Oh, God. And I have to drive to the beach. She's probably still afraid to call. She's recovered from that. I did not know. Sunday, it's going to storm, like real like lightning and thunder, which means we'll get snow in 2 weeks. But alas, I don't see any snow coming. 49. Oh my gosh, I got to get Amos some clothes. Yeah, it's live. He is growing so quickly. I did order him some pants yesterday, but I need to order him some like really cozy pants. He's not going to get into that 50 degrees business. Neither am I. I mean, that's like sit by the fire and make soup weather. It will be 17 here. Well, like 17. Gosh, I had no idea. And 49 on Tuesday, and I have to drive to the frickin' beach for a board meeting. How is Russell enjoying his high school year at home? Old men's sweatpants. I don't think he can wear men's sweatpants. That's sort of the problem. He's kind of an awkward size. How tall is Big Thomas? And he's not that tall. He's like 5'10". My big boys are 6 feet. Russell is enjoying being home. He is glad he's home. He misses his friends because he said that it was fun. You know, when you live on a campus with a lot of people, he enjoys having lots to do with other people a lot. That's something he really enjoys. So he misses that. And I think the other thing he misses is being in school or classes with a lot of people that are super focused on doing well in school. He has friends at home that are like that, but at Episcopal, it was basically almost everybody. Where here, it's not. So he does miss that. He's a student. Will he do a winter sport? No, he is not doing a winter sport. He is going to do tennis and golf in the spring. So this winter, he's in soccer. Tournament starts tomorrow, so he has a game tomorrow night at 6, and Amos and I have the glow dance tomorrow night at 6. But I didn't go last year. Did you know the high is in the 40s on Tuesday?
Yeah.
And 50 on Monday? Ugh. Is Kitty feeling better? Yes, Kitty is feeling better. Thank you for asking. He is better. Our kitten had to get shots yesterday, and this morning I was worried about him. He was cry when you picked him up, and he had a fever. He felt hot, but he seems to have perked up. Yeah, I think it was just his vaccinations. So last year we were planning to go to the glow dance, and then Amos got anxious and we didn't go. I wish there was like I wish there was a part of the dance that was like he just wants to see glow in the dark and see people dance, but I don't think he can handle that loud music, and he won't wear headphones. So we'll talk about it. Sometimes if you talk about something too much, it just creates more anxiety. So I try not to do that. Thanks, Judy Ann. That's pure tea. I had a big discussion over in the member chat today. I know families with a senior who applied early and they didn't plan a vacation during winter break just in case the kid needed to do applications. Seriously? Do you have a Tails weekend plan for the future? Well, funny you should ask, but today I was just thinking, like, should I do something this spring or have I lost my mind? I think I've probably lost my mind. We'll discuss in the morning. What about Furman? Yeah. No, we would do, he's got to do applications before Christmas break. We're not going to get into fighting about that over Christmas. I can tell you that right now. Soccer will be over here in a week or so, so he can go ahead and knock them out in November. Ugh. My daughter Blair, when she applies to college, we're going to go out with a bang. And then Amos is not going to apply to college in the typical way that those three did. So hopefully his way is probably equally stressful because you're trying to figure out, you know, what school would be a good fit, what college thinks Amos would be a good fit for them. I hope there's one out there, something. Does Russell want to go abroad for school? No. I mean, he might go abroad like a semester or something, but not, he doesn't want to like go to college in England or anything. Though how does he know? We hadn't looked. But no, I don't think so. I think he wants to be close to him. Your son got very fast at them. I feel like am I going bald? Maybe it's this angle. It feels like my forehead has gotten bigger. I guess it's just what's happening. 50. Sorry about that. It's bad times. I don't know if we've gotten fast at anything other than like cooking eggs. That's what we're fast at doing. Yeah, what else is college? What else is college advice? Why can't they use the same essay? Well, they can use the same like main essay, but then they have to do supplemental essays. And they have to do, Amos should go to Clemson. Oh, I would love for Amos to be able to go to Clemson if it's a good fit for him. They have to decide if he's, so I don't know. I don't know how Amos would do with that kind of stuff. I hope so. Ooh, I would love it. Absolutely love it. NC State has a program. And so does Chapel Hill. Though I like NC State. It's a little closer to me. And so does UNC Greensboro. I know. Tomorrow night, Kate and I and a friend are she's gonna come on and talk about guardianship, which is when you have a child with a disability and they turn 18, you kind of do some legal things to help them with independence and give some protection. So we're going to be talking about that tomorrow night, and I'm really, really looking forward to it. It's at 8:30 because I'm hoping Amos will be out of bed, will be in the bed, I mean. And I'm going to tell you where you can find who we've got coming on. Her name is Amy Julia Becker, and she has, this is her Instagram right here. And she grew up actually in Edenton before I was here. But her husband is, I think he's the head of school at a Northeastern boarding school. And they have 3 children. And their oldest child has Down syndrome. And she's working on applying to college programs. And they did this guardianship thing a few years ago. And really, she talked about it at the time. And I thought, okay, I want to ask her about this later on. Just like, how does she giving her daughter as much independence as she can? Which I really like that. So anyway, that's tomorrow night at 8:30. So we will have Kate Swenson and we will have Amy Julia Becker, who has written, oh, look, her son's just applied to college. Ugh. She's written a few books. Guardianship is easy. Well, I just didn't know there were so many kind of levels of it. So I'm excited about that. So tomorrow night at 8:30, right here and on Facebook, I'm doing StreamYard. Okay, off to bed. Peace out.